welcome to the Wonder Family vlog. Oh my goodness, I hope you watched the name reveal. If you haven't, definitely click this video first before you keep watching because we will be saying it in this video. It feels so nice that we can say his name, especially because before we officially revealed it in the official video, we said it quite a few times in the vlog on accident. Gender neutral stuff that 100% will work for Tabor.
I don't know if this is for Tabor or June. Tabor? But I think it's for Tabor because it's 0 to 3. Tabor.
Okay, so it's out. It's officially out. We can say the name. Doesn't matter. Not leaking it out.
Don't say it. I don't know it. We don't know it.
You don't know. But now that we have officially released the name and we made our reveal, we thought it would be really fun to kind of share with you the symbolism and what his name means and why we chose to film the video that way. It was a really awesome, amazing video to make. I don't know, it was a lot of emotion involved. So it was a hard video to make, but amazing and emotional and I'm very proud of it. We are both very proud of it.
I'm just glad we had an idea and then we had an idea in our head and to be able to just put it onto the screen, translate that. I don't know, it was a really cool feeling being able to do that.
Definitely really cool. So we'll be sharing with you guys a bit more about the video itself and his name and everything about that. So that'll be happening later in the video.
So today, Junie got her second haircut.
Second haircut!
I know, it was just a trim really. It only took 10 minutes, if that, but
it's amazing how much better it looks.
Yeah, we had
just
to
because you have to even it up because the sides don't grow in as fast as the rest of the hair.
Yeah.
So it gets that little bit mullety, stringy sort of look.
Yeah, and Junie chose the Elsa car and watched her favorite Netflix show, Chuggington, the train show. So that was really fun to do, and I hope you like it, Junie. Do you like your haircut? You like your haircut? You look so
sparkles. Cute. Did you get sparkles in your hair too?
Sparkles.
Fun.
We just wanted to kind of go over the name reveal video just because I feel like I think of it more as an art piece, and there's a lot of symbolism into it, and a lot of the shots are all shot a certain way because of certain reasons, and the things that are in the video have all consciously been selected for different reasons. So I kind of wanted to just, I don't know, go through the symbolism behind the video, because a lot of you, I would say 99% of you loved the video, which is amazing. It's so awesome to work so hard on something and then put it out there and almost everyone loves it. There was a few couple people that didn't like it and were like, oh, it's such a generic video. And I'm just like, how?
Yeah.
How is that a generic video? It's literally we put our heart and soul into this video.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was funny. I started laughing.
I feel like I would want to know, and then once you know, then maybe rewatch the video. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's up to you. You don't have to.
And kind of a lot of people were confused on what the name Tabor meant.
Yeah.
And so the symbolism we put in the video kind of explains what his name means to us and just in general. Yeah. So we're gonna just kind of play through it with the sound off and just so it refreshes our memory. So this was a really hard shoot, you guys. We were dealing, so the whole fire thing, it's such a dynamic situation. You're dealing with a fire. June was actually asleep. Because
it does not get dark here until 9:30 at night.
Yeah.
At 9:30 at night, you know where I usually am? In my pajamas.
Watching Netflix.
In bed, watching Netflix. So to start a shoot at 9:30 at night took a lot of willpower.
Okay, Junie's playing. She was like, I'm out of here. Okay, so yeah, the whole fire scene we shot on the first day. And then the second day we did all the other stuff. But the fire scene was just the light was changing. It went from sunset to dark. We had to shoot. We were on a timeline. Oh, we had this whole idea of, remember we were going to make the fire change color?
Oh, yeah.
So I posted on my Instagram stories. We had all these materials that would supposedly make the flame change a color. So when we threw something in the fire, it would change a different color. Yeah, that didn't work.
None of them worked.
None of it
Literally
worked.
None of them
We tried
worked.
all of them and none of them worked.
I don't know why.
It's just okay, this is
because there's multiple sources online that say these things will work. I don't know what we were doing wrong, but none of them worked.
Yeah,
oh well.
So it was fine. And then, so Kelsey wrote the whole script.
Yeah. Typically for these videos, not every single time, but typically for these videos, I usually write the script.
Yeah.
And then you read the script
of,
and you'll like...
shots that can go with the script.
Yeah.
So that's how we did this one too. The only idea I had going into this, so like when we leaked the name, it was like, okay, I guess we got to start planning the name reveal.
Yeah.
And the only idea I had is I wanted it to be like we're telling a story around a campfire.
Mm-hmm. We both, I loved that idea.
Yeah.
Because before then we were like, no idea, what are we going to do?
And then Kelsey's idea was it would be cool to somehow use stars. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, well, let's put that together. So that was like kind of our premise. And then this whole thing kind of just was born out of that. So, and then I was like, it would be cool if we threw in things to the fire, kind of like we were building his name and like building his like existence, you know? Mm-hmm. And so then that evolved into, okay, well, what do we throw on the fire? And I was like, well, what if we do sentimental stuff, like my wedding corsage or something? I was like, well, I don't really want to burn that.
Yeah.
So then we decided on what is the first thing I throw on? Oh, so earth. So
we kind of, instead of switching from we switched from sentimental things to more like elemental things.
That
represented parts of his name.
Yeah.
So earth. Actually, so his middle name, we're going to totally break it down a little bit, right? Yeah, so his middle name is Adam. And Adam...
means of the earth. A man of the earth. It's Adam and Eve, the first man on earth. He was, in the Bible, he came from the dirt. Mm-hmm. So that's why we put your name is made from the earth, because it's literally Adam is from the earth.
Yeah, that's Corbin's middle name.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be his middle name. And so we chose the earth for Adam.
So then every section, so we had I think 5 sections for Tabor, Tabor, and then so the T or the first one was earth, and then the second one, what was the second one?
Second one was rock,
which comes from mountain.
Yeah, because Tabor means it means a lot of different things, but one of the things it means is like height. Mm-hmm. Or like tall or like mountain. There's actual mountains named Tabor.
Yeah. So Mount Tabor is the tallest mountain in Israel. Mm-hmm. And Tabor basically just means like high up, and I think it's in Hebrew. It just means like an encampment that's high up, because there's a town of Tabor too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Mount Tabor, it kind of goes hand in hand because it's high up and it's a mountain, and that's where I was like, okay, well, how do we represent a mountain? And then I was like, let's do a rock.
Yeah.
Throw into the fire.
Right.
So...
to me, I don't know, a rock, like mountains are made of like earth and rock.
Yeah. And that's why we did like the whole, like, I'm like throwing June up, she's standing on my shoulders, because we're doing
climbing, we're hiking.
You guys are on top of the hill, because it's all about heights. And then the next section was, what was it? So courage to Kelsey was like dancing to the own beat of your drum. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, it'd be cool if we had sticks, like just natural sticks, and I was drumming with them, because Tabor in some languages means a drummer, or it's a special goat skin like drum in certain cultures. So I was like, that's really cool. Let's put in the drumming and how it represents being drum.
And music is a big part of our lives.
Right.
Obviously, we don't know if Tabor himself will be interested in music. We can't say for sure, but it's a big part of our lives as a family. But I didn't want it to be so literal, like music in your life sort of thing. I wanted it to be more of like finding your path, like finding the courage, but tying in music in a vague sort of metaphorical way.
Yeah. And I like how Junie's like dancing her own dance. Like it's kind of like be your own person and walk your own path.
So then the next one is empathy. This one was a little trickier. This was the last one that we figured out, and really when it came down to it, we were like, what is one more thing we really want to like tell him, or that we really, really hope for him? And that we decided was empathy. We really hope that he learns empathy for people and for the world, and so we wanted to tie that in.
I'm laughing because we're like, okay, what do we throw on the fire for empathy? And we're like, I don't know. We had to start shooting. The sunset was coming, and Kelsey comes out just like, well, I found a feather. I'm like, okay, cool, let's do it.
So
Use the feather.
Honestly, the feather, I'm sure I could find some way to say that it makes sense.
But
like, I don't know. But I also,
just, yeah,
so
we didn't
I also
have
wanted
any
to
plan for
do,
it.
so like the line is, the name breathes empathy. Like I wanted to tie in the element of wind because we have like earth, we have wind, we have
Dumbo,
water.
hold the feather. She literally, the first time we shot it, she literally held it like Dumbo,
yeah.
like she was gonna fly.
Yeah, definitely.
So the feather was kind of...
The feather was, I don't know, I think it works because it does, it kind of shows like wind because it's floating,
It looks
feathers
cool.
kind of fly. How it ties into empathy, I'm sure there's a way I could fill that in. But really, the part of that one is the shelter part. That is the big part because, so, like Corbin said, Tabor means encampment. So we were trying to like dissect that and make that into something that could make sense.
Yeah,
it's
so
like,
we
I don't
were
want to do like a camping shot.
It basically means, like Tabor could mean like a high up campsite. So I was like, okay, well, what about like shelter? You're being empathetic because you're providing shelter, and like that a campsite, that is shelter. I don't know.
Yeah, so I can't remember the line exactly, but it's like realizing the ways people are the same. You're providing shelter and I think light to humanity or something like that.
Something artsy fartsy like
something
that.
Artsy fartsy because I love that stuff.
And then the last one was love, and this basically stems from his last name. Our last name is Scott. It's our family name. We fill our family with love, and you really wanted to tie love into water and how it's like endlessly flowing. So that's why at the very end we pour water over the fire, because it's kind of like just like covering the entire, because like I guess Tabor would represent the fire, right? And we're like covering the entire fire with our love, and he is like, the name from what you said is like, it's the smoke and it's like rising up into the sky because eventually we wanted the stars tied in.
Right. So we're kind of like building this fire. We're building his name in the fire and sharing like the meanings and the symbolism and everything. And then we like transcend that. We transcend that through love, through water. So it's like, here is like all this symbolism and stuff. And now it's like transcending into the sky, and his name is written in the stars.
Right. So that was kind of cool. It's kind of out there, and it's a really unique video, but it was really fun to make, and it was really, I don't know, it was really cool to put this up on YouTube. I feel like it's so, you don't really see these types of videos. Like, some people might think they're weird, but it's like, we wanted to put this out there for Tabor because we obviously love him, and we wanted this to be a special video for him. And also, side note, that last starry shot part took me hours to do that, because it's actually a photo of stars, and I had to animate the stars to twinkle and then animate all the constellation lines of his name to come in individually, every single line, not letter, like every single line.
Major props to Corbin for editing
that was
that
crazy
video, because
it took a full day of editing.
Craft that you have to have a talent for.
You just have to have patience.
Like, you can make the shots and have the idea, but if you can't edit it together, it's like, man.
Yeah. It was.
So good job, Ella.
It was hard. It was
really fun, though. I just like to create videos like that, that feel, I don't know, more meaningful, more creative, more inspirational.
Yeah, and let us know. Go to our Instagrams and leave a comment there, since our comments are still shut off here. But
still shut off.
I know.
Might be forever.
Let us know if you want to see more videos kind of like this. I was thinking like once a month, maybe we could do like a really cool, like a video with a message that's shot more creatively like this. I don't know. It's a thought. It'd
be really fun. And now that we're only doing 3 videos a week, I feel like we would have time. We could do that like maybe once a month, as long as we have something to say.
Yeah, a message.
That's the one thing about these videos is, I feel like, what are you gonna make it for unless you have to have something to say.
I'm sure we'll find something. We've got lots
to say, I guess.
Okay, but that is going to be our video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, hearing the background and the meaning behind our name reveal video. Again, if you haven't watched it, well, now you basically already know all about it. But you can go watch it. It's linked up in the iCard.
Watch it.
And be sure to subscribe to our channel. Thank you guys so much for watching and your guys' support. And we'll see you guys next time.
Be right back.